27. Lily Duncan, Valacia.
That center, a 6'2" freshman from Palatine, Illinois, number 22, Amarachi Oyakama. That point guard, 5'4" sophomore from Silver, Texas, and guard, 5'7" sophomore from Bryan, Texas, number 24, Taylor Thornton.
Thank you, sir. You got it.
Assisted by Kiara Young.
Back the other way. Paris going to go left to right, wearing all green. TJC wearing their home whites, tops and bottoms. It's a 4-2 score right now. As it has been nothing but number 30 who pulls down the offensive rebound. Wilcox has already got 2 baskets for Paris, as Anisha Wilcox, a 6'1" sophomore. And TJC will get the turnover there. They get a bucket early by Botley, and here they come. Botley going to go ahead and cruise to the basket. Nice little shot off the right side rim. And Johnson this time will get the 2 on a nice drive by Kennedy Johnson. Still getting the starting lineup here. As soon as we get a little bit of a break on the drive, quick fast break by Lily Duncan. Duncan comes back with a quick bucket for Paris. It is a 6-4 lead as these girls have decided to play rather quickly. TJC coming the other way, right to left, wearing all whites once again. Driving the lane, stopping at the free throw line. Outlet pass going to go out to Botley. Botley inside the circle. Nice little two-handed roller. Going to get blocked by Paris. Up court, the Dragons will throw it up quickly to Young. Young with a long three-pointer, nothing but net. Oh, my. Mac Young averaging almost 6 points a night. Young hits her first 3, and the first 3 for either team, moving the lead to 9-4 Paris. So TJC finding themselves down by 5 less than 3 minutes into the first quarter. Driving the lane, losing the basket. It goes off of the foot of Wilcox for Paris and the Lady Dragons and out of bounds. And turning on the drive that time was Onyekon. Starting lines, Kennedy Johnson, Trinity Davis, Amarashi Onyekon, also Monica Botley, Taylor Thornton on the floor for TJC. They'll inbound underneath their own basket. Short jump shot in and out. No good that time. First substitution, Taylor Thornton right there with the shot. Up no good. Paris going to push it quickly. Off the right side glass, no good. Getting her own rebound is Poindexter. And foul's going to be called on the floor. And maybe on the shot. We'll check and see if it is. It'll be Davis with the foul call. Trinity Davis with her first foul of the afternoon. And quickly, Paris will inbound again. Quick rebound by Poindexter. She'll also get the inbound on the pass in now over the back and knocked out of bounds off of Paris. It'll be TJC basketball. No foul call, but boy, it looked like Wilcox was climbing a ladder right there. Anisha Wilcox, also Lily Duncan, Mackenzie Young, Serena Newcomb, and Jamie Poindexter on the floor for the Paris Lady Dragons. TJC coming in at 11-4. Paris at 8-9. Both of these teams starting Region 14 play this afternoon, and a foul away from the ball and setting a moving pick that time, getting called, I think is going to be Barnes. It'll be Barnes with her first personal. So Savannah Barnes, who checked in moments ago for Botley. Paris coming back the other way, dumping off inside, lower blocks, pull-up jump shot off the right side glass, no good. Boy, good defense down low by Davis. Davis now posts up way outside the left wing. Now setting up a three-pointer, in and out, no good. Rebound pulled down by Paris, and Wilcox picks up another board. Up quickly, intercepted by Botley. Botley steps in front of it, comes across the left side, breaks it down the bank, pull-up jump shot off the lower blocks is up and good. Calling boards is Johnson, averaging 7 boards a night, leads this team in assists. She's got her second basket of the afternoon. 4 points for her. 6-9 now lead for Paris. 5:47 to go first quarter. And pump fake and trying to get around a diving Apache block attempt by Barnes. As Savannah Barnes, 5'10 freshman out of Lancaster, came down hard. And shaking her wrist off is a Newcomb. Newcomb second on this team in scoring with 8.5 points a night, and the turnover will go. And I'm not real sure what that call was, as she came down out of bounds. They must have called her out of bounds on the shot attempt, and shot is up and good. Nice little pull-up jump shot by Botley, about 16 feet away, right free throw line extended right side, and coming right back down the court. Paris will dribble from the mid-court line and all the way in for the easy basket for Poindexter. So Poindexter with a basket of her own. And shot is up and good that time. Poindexter makes it. Botley comes right back down, scores again. And she's got 4 now. Poindexter also with 4 points. And Paris now works it up nicely. 11-10 our score. It's a 1-point ball game. Spot up, 3-point shot, right side wing, no good. Rebound tipped around. TJC will run it down into the hands of Taylor Thornton. Thornton working it up the right side. Deep pass down the baseline. Ball is loose. Turnover TJC as it'll roll into the hands. He tried to throw it inside to Glover, who leads his team with 23 blocks on the season. 4:30 to go, first period. Stopping the dribble, top of the key, and Newcomb defended up on Johnson. Now driving the lane and trying a little reach around from the outside, and unfortunately Glover got nothing but the backside of a Newcomb on the drive. And we'll get the media timeout as first foul is going to be called on Glover. 4:22 to go first quarter. There's a lot of scoring already. 11-10 Paris Lady Dragons, and we come back. You're listening to TJC Women's Basketball on 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio. Well, scoring started early and quickly, and both of these teams have been doing very well in transition. 21 points already on the board in the first 5.5 minutes of the first quarter. Kenny Smith, courtside at Wagstaff, coaches out not only this Saturday, but son Braden, who I think we've all become familiar with over the years. Braden will be tying the knot next Saturday, so Billy Ray will be doing wedding stuff, probably starting Thursday and then running all the way through Friday and Saturday maybe. We'll try to wonder and see if he's going to do the show from Dallas, maybe even the hotel he's hanging in, but that is yet to be determined. We'll be joining in progress Rams and Carolina Panthers playoff football immediately following the conclusion of this contest. Pump fake, dump off inside. Great defense by TJC, crowding into the paint, and TJC with the turnover. Now ball loose on the drive by Botley. Botley will lose it, and back-to-back turnovers for each team. And here comes Paris. Paris with a 2-on-3 break, now stopping her dribble. Picking it up is Fisher, who checked in on that last timeout, along with Alston. Amora Alston on the ball game now for Paris. Top of the key will go to Jackson. Jackson rotates left side over to Alston. Alston back top of the key. Faking right, going left is Fisher. Fisher will get her shot partially blocked and nobody running after it. It goes off the hands. It looked like slapped out of bounds off of TJC, but they will give the basketball to TJC. So the Apaches get a little bit of a break there. And the Apache women will now inbound, down by 1, 11-10. Again, both of these teams in their Region 14 conference opener, and now they will switch sides, and the official was wondering where everybody was going, and we go back to what I think all of us saw, which was TJC knocking the ball out of bounds on a blocked shot. So all the green jerseys run right back down to their side of the court, and they'll inbound. Paris looking for somebody to pass it to. It's an inbound play right underneath the basket. No good. Great defensive stop by Glover, is just holding her ground against Jackson inside. Shot on the drive, up and good. So immediately they come right back, and Thornton comes back and takes a 2-pass fast break as the transition working very, very well. And Thornton with her first points of the afternoon. She's got a bucket, and TJC takes their first lead of the afternoon. And then Paris now is a little bit flustered. Girls on the floor do not know where each other is going, and there will be immediate substitutions now popping into the game for head coach Brittany Christian. As 3 substitutions that came in out of the media timeout. We're not sure where everybody needed to be on the floor. And second time we saw him throw the ball away. Long 3-point shot, in and out. Good gracious, all the way around the horn that time on the shot attempt by Campbell. way outside as Aaliyah Campbell comes checking in, 5'7", redshirt sophomore. And a hometown girl from right here in the Rose City. And getting a pass to herself. Paris will drop it back over right side. Pull-up jump shot. Anukum will miss it badly off the far side of the rim. TJC will push it now on the rebound. Spot-up jump shot, 15 feet off the rim, off the board, and good. And another shot going down for Johnson. So Kennedy Johnson has 4 now, and immediately a turnover against Paris again. And getting the steal is Thornton. Taylor ended up in the right place, the right time, just turned around as Paris tried an up-court pass just short of half court. And Thornton turned right around into the pass. 14-11 right now. Apaches with a 3-point lead, 2:28 to go. That got front of the top of the key, to Davis. Now dump off inside. Bracy ends up getting knocked out of her hands. Ball is loose just in front of the free throw line. In the paint, tie basketball, and possession arrow will stay towards the Apaches. The Apache women with 2:20 to go move the lead to 3 points now at 14-11. We're 5-point deficit. Early in this one, TJC has turned that around to a 3-point lead right now. They'll pass it way out beyond the arc. Pass over to Campbell. Campbell trying to drive left side, and blocking foul will get called on the drive. It'll be against Poindexter. Okay, it won't be on Poindexter either. I'm looking at, looked like the official just held up one finger. We'll check the foul call here in a second. I think it may be against Lily Duncan. Long 3-point shot is up and nothing but net. Jackson from an awful long way away. And Jackson will pound it from what looked like about 22, 23 feet. And Davis hits her first 3 of the night, of the afternoon. Pull-up jump shot for Paris. No good. And rebound is a long rebound. Free throw line shot is up, no good. Rebound right there is a much taller and much larger Wilcox, who picks up her 3rd bucket of the afternoon. Inadvertently mentioned Jackson making that 3. It, of course, was Trinity Davis up top of the key and going down hard and drawing the foul. And it's going to be Kennedy Johnson. Johnson went down directly on that tailbone. Foul's called on Anisha Wilcox. And at the free throw line, first throws for Young, and she's up and good with her free throw. And up for a second one. Johnson sets her feet. Kennedy an 86% free throw shooter. She leads this team in free throw percentage, and Johnson makes them both. 6 points now for her on the afternoon. Well, this morning started almost miserable weather-wise. Incredibly strong northwest winds up to 25-mile-an-hour gusts, and wind chill was down below 40 for an awful long time. Sun has come out now over the Tyler Junior College campus. Inside pass goes through the legs, and a couple of Apache women touch it, but they cannot pick up the loose ball. Wilcox had the pass intended for her. Now driving, little teardrop off, high off the glass. Scramble for the basketball, and saving it from going out of bounds is going to be Anukum. Anukum drops it off, and it is a nice shot at the shot clock buzzer by Duncan. So Lily Duncan with a bucket. TJC coming back quickly. Handling the basketball is Johnson. Johnson handing off left side to Botley. Botley going to cruise, so just handing it off beyond the arc. Now inside the circle and driving, putting up the one-hander off the glass, no good. No foul call on Thornton as she had a good drive. 2-on-2 break. Pass across the key to the right side and scrambling towards the basket and driving hard to the bucket. Making a good move is Duncan, but Duncan cannot not only make the shot, she scrambles to get her own rebound and will knock it out of bounds. TJC basketball. 27 seconds to go first quarter. 4-point lead for TJC, 19-15. Walking the ball up court is Johnson. Johnson with 6 points right now. Botley with 4. Johnson rotating it to the right side, and then a reach-in foul, and boy, almost an oops foul by Anukum. As Thornton was just getting the handoff from Johnson off way outside the left wing. Clock's going to stop at 12.6 to go. TJC on the left side of the court. They'll run a play here with 10 now. Johnson rotates. Free throw line extended. Now rotating it to the right side. Jumps it off. She gets a wide open three. It's up. It's launched. It's off. It's no good. And clock will run out in the first quarter. Well, she got the spot up she wanted. But Kennedy Johnson could not get the shot to go. First quarter in the books, 19-15 Tyler Junior College, and we come back. Second quarter on the way after this 60-second timeout. On 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio.
Join the exclusive season ticket holder club today.
Trinity Valley right there close to the top. They're there again, along with Tyler and Blinn and Panola, your top four teams out of Region 14 women. Look at the standings at halftime and go over those as well. 19-15, second quarter underway. TJC up by 4. 19-15. Paris coming left to right. Outside pass to Fisher. Fisher leading this team in scoring at a 14.7 clip. Her shot is blocked as she drove the left side lane, pushing it quickly and stepping around. A potential block and a fantastic bucket going right at. Bodley takes it right at the hoop and right up against Young on the drive. She could not stop. Bodley now with her third bucket of the afternoon. She's got 6. 21-15. Largest lead for the Apache women. Stopping her dribble just inside the lane, and that time, boy, Young had nowhere to pass for the Lady Dragons. Top it off, top of the key to Souls. Souls back down inside. Jackson backs up her defender and gets a shot off right in the face of the Apache women, a couple of defenders. So Jackson, right now, Valasia with her first basket of the afternoon. She's got a bucket now with 8:50 to go, second quarter. TJC coming the other way. Left side wing. Over to Thornton, top of the key now, penetrating inside the blocks, now outside. Thornton's going to drive. She's going to penetrate right up the key and gets a nice little kiss off the right side glass. Boy, she went right to the middle of the hoop, reached around with that right arm, and just used a little bit of English and got it to fall. So Thornton now with 4. And Paris coming back the other way. TJC with their largest lead continuing at 6, 23-17. Boy, and this defense, they have come out of this timeout at first quarter, and the defense is just burying Paris right now. They get a nice little bounce by Fisher, and the Paris Lady Dragons will get a bucket inside by Fisher, her first points of the afternoon. TJC, spot up jump shot, free throw line extended, no good. Rebound down into the hands of Souls. Souls and the Lady Dragons will come back the other way. Driving the lane now, stopping the dribble, steals away. Pulling it away from her is Johnson. Johnson with a 2-on-1 break, dumps it off to her teammate, gets the bucket, and gets the foul call. Fisher reached in at the last second and popped Thornton on the back of the head, I think, or actually on the top of the shoulder on the shot. So Thornton gets the buckets. And I want to make sure that's going to be either Thornton or Botley. These darn extensions are killing me. Onyekon will check in now. Okay, they're going to call the foul on Fisher. And shot is up and good. So a nice three-point play finished up there by Thornton. So largest lead for TJC again at 7, 26-19. Paris continues to answer every once in a while, but have not been able to string anything together. Free throw line, right just outside the circle. And a nice two-pointer popped right there by Souls. So Souls gets her first points of the afternoon and pulls them to within 5. Shot is up, no good. Rebound comes down in the hands of Paris and Jackson. Jackson will hand off. Coming up the court to Poindexter. Poindexter off inside the circle, this time to Jackson. Hands it back off to Poindexter. Short jump shot, no good. Coming in hard with the rebound, and the rebound basket is Jackson. Well, she made a good move after the pass, attacked the basket, and she's got 4 now. Back to a 3-point lead, 26-23. TJC off in the corner. Long three-pointer and nothing but the backside of the rim, and coming right down into the net is Davis, her second tray of the afternoon. Well, just when they needed to stretch that lead just a little bit more, Davis spots it up deep in that right corner. Paris coming back the other way, down by 6. 6:19 to go. We're going to try a long three herself, no good. Rebound down into the hands of Poindexter. Poindexter just takes it herself, pulls it down on the air ball right underneath the basket, turns to her left, short pull-up jumper about 8 feet's good. So Poindexter now with 4. Pull-up jump shot is good again. And unfortunately, I think just pulling a cramp is Botley. And Botley is looking for some sub help, and she is hobbling on the court right now on that right leg. Shot is up. Finally, they'll blow a whistle on a foul, and Botley is in some pain on the court. She is trying her best to get off the court after this substitution. Barnes is going to check in for her. So Savannah Barnes checking in, as is Aaliyah Campbell. So, man, we're going to keep our eye on Botley. Botley sits down with 6 points. Or make that 8. And set up to shoot free throws on the foul called against Onyekon. And I think it's going to be Lily Duncan at the free throw line. It is. Duncan is on. She hits her first. And she will hit them both. So Duncan hits the 2, bringing them back to within 4. And another substitution for TJC and Trina Tillis-Hord. And inbound to the basketball will be Thornton. Going right to left, up 31-27, 5:45 to go first half. TJC women taking on Paris. Region 14 conference opener for both of these basketball teams. Rotating the basketball down the left side to Campbell. Campbell step back, jump shot, short, no good. Rebound, nothing but green jerseys in the paint that time. Wilcox is the one that comes up with the rebound. Here comes Paris. Boy, a hard move to the basket, and looking to draw the foul was Poindexter. There was no call. Ball went out of bounds. And they're going to say that went off TJC. So Paris will inbound. It'll be Ross underneath their own basket, looking for a cutter to the left, to the right. They're counting down. She's got to give it up, and finally does it the 5 count. Tosses it into Duncan. Duncan loses the dribble. And then dribbling it right into Paris Dragons and getting the turnover, and the steal is Anukum. Anukum just took it right out of the hands of Thornton as she dribbled right into her. So turnover will turn into 2 points. It brings this game to within 2. It's a 31-29 lead for TJC. Now driving the lane, left side, off the glass, no good by Davis. And boy, just a tough shot. She tried to get it out of her belly with her left hand and just could not get a full bounce off the backboard. And up quickly and down the other side of the court. Onyekon will get called for the personal foul on the drive. And for the second time in almost as many trips, Duncan will go back to the free throw line. So dead ball media timeout here at Wagstaff. 4:50 to go first half. 31-29 TJC women over Paris. And we return after this 60-second timeout on 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio. Impact at home, 7-0 right now, and 11-4 on the season. Paris Junior College 8-9 on the season. Neither one of these teams have played all week. Last one to play was the TJC Apache women beating Elite Basketball by a lot back on last Sunday, January the 4th. And both free throws up and good by Duncan, as she's a pretty good free throw shooter. She's averaging only 5 points an afternoon is Duncan. She already has 8, so she's having pretty good nights. Driving the lane and gets a wide open layup, and boy, just not being able to get the right touch on the lay-in is Thornton that time, and Paris will take the rebound. And a tied score at 31 right now with 4:26 to go. Paris rotating the basketball, right side wing to Ross. Ross now dribbles into the free throw line, pull-up jump shot, no problem. Boy, Ross with her first points of the afternoon, and just dribbles to her left, pull-up jump shot, wide open at the free throw line, and good. And Paris has the lead back at 33-31. Driving the lane, now reverse, dumps it off inside. Nice ball movement, cannot get the short jumper to go. And that time it went into the hands of Bracy. As Johnson with the nice drive, Johnson was 6, drove, and looked like she was going to come back to the right side off the left and just reverse it. But she saw Bracy breaking towards the basket, dumped it off for Sierra Bracy, averaging 7 points a night. Bracy couldn't finish, out of bounds off of Paris. Now short jump shot is in and out. No good for the Apache women. Bracy got a second chance there at points. Paris coming back the other way. Short jump shot once again is up and good by Ross. So Ross checks in the ballgame with some of her first minutes. And Araya Ross with 3 points a night. Long three-point shot. Apaches pounded down from the outside for Botley. Botley now with 11 points on her first 3 of the afternoon. So Botley gets him right back in it with one shot. 35-34 Paris. Lady Dragons have continued to push the ball and really push the envelope on defensive pressure against this Apache offense. Turnaround jump shot. And boy, right now, Ross is just unconscious. She can't stop this young lady, as she has got 3 straight possessions, 3 straight jump shots, and 6 points. And these are just some of her first minutes. TJC bounced it inside, now back outside by Botley. Botley handing it off to Thornton. Thornton will penetrate off the glass, no good. Well, Taylor Thornton, who's got 7 points already, but boy, she is playing hard, leading this team in a lot of different categories. Second on this team in scoring at 17 points a night. And she is one of 3 Apache women who have started each and every of the 17 games they have played thus far. Along with Monica Botley and Taylor Thornton, it'll be Kennedy Johnson adding to that list. And both free throws up and good by Thornton. Taylor Thornton, 67% free throw shooter, and she makes good on all 3 of her attempts thus far. So 37-36, Dragons maintain that 1-point lead, 2:35 to go in the first half. Nice defensive play inside there by Davis. Now pushing it up court to Botley. Botley outside, Davis for 3, and it's good. She's tried 3, and she's hit 3. So 3 for 3 at threes. TJC with the lead back, 39-37. Paris muscling their way underneath with Jackson. Jackson misses a shot on good defensive pressure inside by Bracy. Bracy putting a good body check on her inside, made her alter her shot. Short jump shot, this time by Anukum, and Anukum will hit the short jumper. She's got 4. And boy, short jumpers have been the kind of what the Dragon women have been able to serve up here in this second quarter. 1:39 to go. TJC, one-handed pass deep in the right corner, no good. Shot by Botley. Rebound comes down into the hands of Paris. Jackson's on the ground right now with the basketball. Now gets up Quickly up, they reverse it to right side. Good dump off inside, and right there again is Ross for the easy two. Well, they filled the lanes nicely, and Paris just in good transition that time. Passed it from left to right, 2-point lead, gets it back, 41-39 after a short tie in the score. Pull-up jump shot, about 16 feet up and no good. Rebound, TJC gets her own back on the right side. Glass up and good. You obviously always got to love when a basketball player uses that glass to their advantage, and Savannah Barnes does so right there from Lancaster, the 5'10 freshman. She ties it back up at 41. Barnes with her first bucket. Clock at 43 seconds now as Paris comes back immediately and answers, as Ross has just been almost unstoppable here in this second quarter. 43-41 after the Barnes bucket. Her first of the afternoon. Long three-pointer. Davis, you can't stop this lady. That's 4 threes. Davis now with 12. Oh my, she hits it at the good time, 44-43. Paris has got to score here to take the lead, or maybe even get an opportunity to tie it. TJC trying to stop them now with 8 seconds to go. Penetrating, high off the glass, no good. Rebound down into the hands, and the bucket falls for Jackson a couple of seconds before the first half comes to a close. Wow, a wild first half here from Wagstaff, as the Apache women trailed the Lady Dragons from Paris by a score of 45-44 at the half. It was a barrage of scoring, mostly by Araya Ross, as the sophomore from Mesquite, one of 3 different players from Mesquite on this Paris Junior College basketball team. Ross with 10 points, all of those in the second quarter. And we'll take a look at some scoring and look at some numbers when we come back. We're at the half from Wagstaff. TJC Apache women trailing Paris 45-44 after this 3-minute timeout. We come back. 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio. Okay. Well, a lot of scoring in the first half, and maybe a surprise to some, but none right here inside this gymnasium, as both these teams came out pretty much running and gunning, but probably a little bit better shooting percentage for the Paris Junior College Lady Dragons than TJC in the second quarter. It got to be a tight game. Lead got as many as 7 for TJC twice, and Paris came back and tied it up a couple of times. Where we stand right now is 45-44. Paris Lady Dragons over TJC right now. TJC leading scorers, as it was been a 3-point barrage for Trinity Davis, the 5'8 freshman out of Kankakee, Illinois. She has got 4 3-pointers. I think she hit the rim once in those 4 shots. She's got 12, leading all scorers right now. Monica Botley with 11 points behind her, 5'4 sophomore guard out of Silsbee, Texas. 9 points for Taylor Thornton, 6 points for Kennedy Johnson right now. And Savannah Barnes, who had a pretty tough bucket earlier in that second quarter, or late in the second quarter anyway, she rounds out the scoring right now for TJC. For Paris and the Lady Dragons coming in 8 and 9. It was looking at the rundown, only one in double figures, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different Dragons have scored in the first half, led by Araya Ross with 10 points, the only one in double figures right now for Paris. 8 points right now for Lely Duncan, 6 points apiece for Wilcox and Valasia Jackson. Anisha Wilcox with 6 points, and Jackson also with 6. 4 points apiece for Serena Anukum and Jamie Poindexter, both of them with 4 points, and a bucket apiece for Janiyah Fisher, for Sanaya Souls, and I thought one more with 2. No, it's Mac Young has got a 3. Mac Young hit the only 3-pointer for this basketball team the entire first half. That's where we stand. 45-44, Paris Lady Dragons over TJC. We'll take a quick timeout. We'll come back. Second half tip-off is just about 4 minutes away after this 4-minute timeout from 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio. kind of plugging yourself in with not only local broadcasting, but the unbelievable facility we have here at Tyler Junior College and the great relationship we continue to maintain with not only the school here, but the personnel, the athletic department. We have a great time and maintain fantastic friendships with some of the most quality academic professionals that you will find anywhere in the nation, and some of the best athletic facilities, and just the way we really enjoy plugging ourselves in and being a part of being here at Wagstaff Gymnasium. And my gosh, the history, if anybody ever got a chance to spend 5 minutes with Floyd Wagstaff and continuing on with that legacy with Mike and Mitch Marquis and what they've got going on in the men's program here, and Trina Tillis-Hord, my gosh, the success stories and, of course, the resumes continue to grow. Second half just about underway, and a programming note, of course, because at the conclusion of this basketball game, we will have about a 4-second post game, because the NFL will reign superior this afternoon, as we'll be joining the Los Angeles Rams and Carolina Panthers playoff game at the conclusion of this ball game immediately. So we'll be doing that directly in progress as soon as Trina Tillis-Hord wraps this baby up. Down 45-44 as of right now. And once again, big scores on the board right now. Trinity Davis with 12. Monica Botley with 11, both at TJC, and 9 different players right now scoring for Paris Junior College right now, led by 10 points. Only one in double figures for Araya Ross. She's a sophomore out of Mesquite, and they have got one player, and that's Janiyah Fisher, who is averaging double figures in points with 14.7. And Fisher has been very limited, not only in her minutes, but her productivity throughout this afternoon. TJC gets the basketball first, going from left to right this second half, working her way strong in it down inside the circle, and now getting called for the travel, moving her feet a little bit too much is Onyekon. Onyekon will get called for the turnover. Onyekon is one of those that have got the 12-foot extensions in her hair and completely covers her back. And boy, you really have to look at notes and other things on players. But boy, a lot of these late girls wearing the full white leg down their right leg. They've got the white stretch just down one leg, and they all look the same. There's 3 of them that had the exact same extensions and color, and they all play on the court at one time. Driving the right side baseline is up and good by Duncan. Duncan will start off second half scoring for Paris, and Duncan will add to her total right now. She's got 10 for the night, for the afternoon. 47-44. TJC coming back the other way. Davis, who had the 4 threes in the first half, dumps it off right side wing now, stretching it back to the right side. 3-point shot up and burying it is Johnson. Johnson finished with 6 in the first half and hits a tray here. And they only give her 1 right then, but let's see if they're going to give her an extra as Johnson hits the 3-pointer. And TJC tying it up at 47. Paris will run down their own rebound. Turn around, they dump it off inside, and the pass down low to Wilcox. And Wilcox all by herself left side and cannot get the layup to go. Outlet pass, Davis for 3. Davis picks up right where she left off the first half. Davis moves the TJC Lady Apaches to a 3-point advantage. Davis with her 5th 3-pointer of the afternoon. Paris will come down the other side of the court, throw the ball away inside the paint. Here comes TJC. Johnson off to Davis again, short this time. Gets her own rebound. Free throw line. Johnson off to the left side wing, inside and out on the free 3-point shot attempt by Thornton that time. And long rebound by Paris. Here come the Dragons. Nice little turnaround, can't get it to go. TJC with the rebound into the hands of Davis. Davis up court, he goes quickly to Johnson. Johnson drives right into double team traffic, misses the shot. Rebound comes down in the hands of Thornton. She can't get the pullback, and now a whistle blows. And Trina Tillis-Hord wants a timeout quickly. 7:30 to go in this third quarter, and we'll see if she's going to make it a full, and she is. They're going to put everybody on the bench. We'll take a 60-second timeout here at Wagstaff. 50-47 lead for TJC. We come back on 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio.
Fans, mark your calendars for the next Apache women's basketball game on Saturday, January 17th at 2 p.m. The Apaches will face off against Angelina College, and this game will mark the second of the 3 games the Apache women's program will play at home in the month of January. Make plans to attend.
timeout. Paris will break the press, though, in the full court pressure, and they'll get it back down and reset the offense. Top of the key over to Anukum. Anukum will back it out to midcourt. Now she's going to work the right side down to the wing to Poindexter. Poindexter rotates back around. Barnes is giving everybody trouble at the top. She's going to take a long three-point shot at the shot clock buzzer, and it will go. Poindexter hits a long three. She just realized she had to really just throw it up. Goes off the glass and good. Tied at 50. 6:47 to go. Inside double team and almost gets a tough shot to go high off the glass on the rebound, and the putback is for Botley. It'll be Onyekon, who got the putback. That's going to be her first points of the afternoon. Onyekon, who's nursing 2 fouls right now. And a crazy block, and pretty much Onyekon decided to take complete control of that block and took Anukum all the way down to the court with that block shot. Out of bounds off TJC. Paris will inbound with 6:30 to go. Substitution in quickly for TJC. Short jump shot or long jump shot. Rebound coming down into the hands of the Dragons. Now outlet pass. Short jumper by Ross. Ross no good. TJC runs down the rebound and in transition. Quickly, Johnson drives the lane. And Johnson puts up a nice little finger roll right-handed. Goes down left hand, right hand. Puts it back to her right and takes it in for the 2. Johnson with a quick 2. Paris comes back, and boy, what looked like a great block shot. Barnes has really come out on fire here in this second half. Savannah Barnes, she does not score a lot, but this is a lady that holds a 50%. She shoots 50% from the field. Goes to the free throw line very seldom. But this young lady has decided to put on a little bit of a defensive show here. 54-50 TJC over the Paris Dragons. TJC basketball after that blocked shot. Dump off inside the paint, now backing outside. Thornton back to Johnson. Johnson now going to drive a little pump fake down the left baseline. Barnes, I'll tell you what, Johnson is on fire. Johnson is fired up and really enjoying a little defensive stand here, but they give up the easy layup in transition on the lay-in on the right side. That one going to Anukum. So Anukum scores again here in the second half. Turnover TJC as they will lose the ball before they even get it towards the paint, and Paris comes back. 4-point lead for TJC. And out of bounds. Thornton almost was able to run that down before the ball went out of bounds for TJC, but it'll be Paris basketball. 5:15, clock continues to roll. 5:12, third period. Just inside the circle, short jump shot is off, no good. And getting the rebound and tying it up. And I think possession arrow is going to stay. Okay, it'll stay on the Paris side of the court, but it'll be TJC basketball, of course. So TJC gets the possession arrow this time, 56-52. Other games going on around the conference right now. Lynn College is at Kilgore this afternoon. Panola is hosting Trinity Valley, and Coastal Bend right now in this first quarter. And we'll refresh real quick and get an update. Coastal Bend was up 10-7 over Angelina. That is a 29-28 game now at the start of the third period. The only other Region 14 conference game we have a report on. 29-28 Coastal Bend over Angelina right now. TJC leading by 4 at 56-52. Long three-point shot, Davis. I tell you just have to laugh after a while. 6th three-pointer for Trinity Davis. 59-52. Paris will break the press. Up court to Ross. Ross stops her dribble and gets double-teamed, and now foul's going to be called on a trap just inside the right wing. Boy, Trina Tillis-Hord, along with Tierra Young, I think really told this basketball team, listen, we'll work on transition and offense when we get a chance, but let's come out fired up on the defensive end. 4:34 to go, third period. We'll take a 60-second timeout when we come back. Media timeout from Wagstaff on 92.1 FM, The Team Sports Radio. be joining Rams and Carolina Panthers at the conclusion of this basketball game. Women's game, only one today from Wagstaff Gymnasium. 59-52 lead right now for TJC, up to 7. Again, that's been their largest lead. This is the second time they've had that 7-point lead. Paris will toss it out, losing the basketball inside the paint, and now trying to reach around steal after it's stolen away by Johnson. Johnson pushing it for TJC, looking for the bumping foul. Can't get it. Johnson will lose the basketball. Paris now gets their loose ball and comes back the other way, dumping off inside, and immediately a lot of steps and a lot of walking by Jackson. So Valasia Jackson will get called for the walk. She got a dump off inside the paint. But boy, while she was trying to get position, both of those feet were motoring on the floor before she could even get the ball to the ground. Johnson right side to Botley. Botley going to penetrate now left side. She's going to take it right to the hole. Nobody stops her. Jackson just watched her dribble right around her defender, and Jackson, I think, was just unable to step in front of her and try to make some kind of point of contact with her to stop that shot. Now dump off inside, and immediately 2 passes later, and Araya Ross will come back and score the easy layup on the right side for Paris. It's just trying to make sure we know who scored that last bucket. Shot up, long shot, 2-pointer, no good by TJC, and up comes the Dragons. Back still 7-point lead for the Apaches, 61-54, 3:18 to go. And driving around a double team and running away from Barnes. And getting the bucket once again. That time is Poindexter. Well, boy, they've been able to really penetrate or really work their way around that first line of defense up at the top of the blocks. And ball actually ricochets off the head of TJC's Barnes and up court. 2 passes, and Paris again with an easy layup. So a couple of defensive blunders right there for the Lady Apaches, and they give up 4 points, a couple of buckets to Poindexter, and they've got to within 3, 61-58. Apache women. And Trina Tillis-Hord knows that something is not in sync, is not going right now. And they're going to call a full timeout. 3-point lead for the Apache women, 2:37 to go. We'll take a 60-second timeout here when we come back on 92.1 FM, The Team Sports Radio. Okay. Season numbers: Kilgore at 8-8, Angelina at 4-7. Opening Region 14 games for all teams this afternoon. Shot is up, no good. Paris comes down fighting for the rebound, and they pull it down. Poindexter pushing it. Cross-court pass, and shot is up, no good. No foul call. Ross thought she had a foul, and then TJC comes back the other way with a fast break, and Barnes throws it about 12 yards in front of the intended receiver, which was Thornton, who was in a breakaway with a wide open layup and just did not get the pass to complete. So 2-11, TJC missing a grand opportunity there after a turnover under their own basket. And now stolen away by Barnes again. Ball on the ground. Barnes gives it up into the hands of Campbell. Campbell up court quickly. It's Botley for 3, and Botley will pound the tray. We're going to see if they're going to give her the 3. And they do, up court quickly, and this time running into another player. It was a collision underneath the basket. Again, it was a down court pass to Ross. And Ross, who scored all 12 of her points in that second quarter. Ross goes down hard. They're just going to say the ball went out of bounds off of Ross. But the three-pointer by Botley, that's her second of the night. Or make it the afternoon still. Sun is out here in Tyler. Finally. And a little delay at the scorer's table. Now we'll get back in action. Paris going to inbound underneath their own basket. Minute 48 to go, third quarter. TJC a 5-point lead at 63-58. Top of the key, two passes inside. Strong move by Jackson. Valasia Jackson with a bucket. And she's got 8 on the night. TJC coming back left to right. Penetrating back and forth. Botley pulls it back out. Top of the key. Gives it off to Davis for a long three. Davis is just unbelievable. Trinity Davis with another three. That is 7 for the afternoon. 66-60. TJC. Davis now with 21. Girls hit 7 field goals today. Well, second personal foul is going to be called this time. And that one will be on Davis. So Trinity, 5'8" freshman. I can't remember what song that city, Kankakee, came from. At the free throw line. Paris Dragons at 1:10 to go in the third period. And shot is up and good. Free throw made by Jamie Poindexter. Poindexter, 60% free throw shooter. Does not get there very often. She's 12 of 20 on the season. 1 for 2 this trip. TJC with the rebound. Coming back the other way is Campbell. Campbell gives it off. Long three-point shot. Botley is about 4 feet beyond the arc, and Botley will pound her third three of the afternoon. So it is literally a barrage of threes here for TJC that have been able to extend the lead, and they are at 8. Their largest lead of the afternoon, 69-61, 45 seconds to go. Good head fake, working her way into traffic. That time is Duncan, and Lily Duncan will draw the foul. And we'll see who it's on. I think it's going to be Campbell. It'll be Aaliyah Campbell, 5'7", redshirt sophomore out of Tyler. And Barnes will sit down, and Kennedy Johnson will check back in the ball game. Johnson comes back on the floor with 15 points. Davis right now leading all scorers with 21. 18 for Botley, and shot is up and good. This time by Duncan. So Duncan will make hers. Poindexter made 1 of 2 last trip to the free throw line. 42.2 to go, third period. And making both free throws. And quick substitution as Mackenzie Young will now check back in for Paris. And sitting down will be Valasia Jackson, the sophomore from Anna, Texas. 7-point lead, 35 seconds to go, third quarter. TJC with the basketball. Rotating it right to left, top of the key, back to the right side to Campbell. Campbell, bounce pass inside. Fantastic give and go. Great play to score the easy bucket by Taylor Thornton. And the cutter that was wide open, and Campbell with a great bounce pass across the lane. Exactly how a coach lines it up in practice. So Botley challenging for that game lead. Short on the shot by Paris. Rebound into the hands of Campbell. Aaliyah Campbell comes back the other way and trying to get a last-second shot, and we get a whistle, or no whistle at the buzzer, as TJC thought they might have worked their way into some free throws. 3 periods in the books. It's an 8-point advantage for TJC. Lady Apaches 71-63. We'll be back in 60 seconds on 92.1 FM, the Team Sports Radio. Apaches saw their largest lead, and they've matched it thus far with 8. 71-63 over Paris. As of right now, long three-point shot is way long, no good. Rebound into the hands of the Apaches, and then scrambling for the steal and getting it back for Paris. Ball loose again, but now shot off the right side. It's going to be Poindexter who runs down. She's the one that ends up forcing the steal, ends up with the basketball. Right side runner off the glass is good. Poindexter with a great hustle play there for Paris. 71-65, TJC basketball. Top of the key, Johnson rotating around. Davis for three. Davis short on the three. Only your second miss all afternoon long. Down court quickly. Paris will push it. 2-on-2 break. They'll wait and reset for the offense. Big lineup back in is floor along with Jackson. Driving the right side baseline and giving it up. Errant pass. TJC with a 3-on-2 break going down the right side. And a short jump shot. And boy, you talk about touch. Johnson just stopped in the second blocks on the left side. And just a little pull-up one-hand runner from about 6 feet's good. Boy, Johnson having a heck of an afternoon. And Paris comes right back down in front of their bench and gets called for a turnover, a travel call. At 8:50 to go, TJC will inbound. Davis to Johnson. That is two players that have put up 38 points together. Long 2-3-point shot is off, no good. Rebound comes down to the hand. Second chance points for TJC. They get a fresh shot clock. Rotating it left to right. 3-point shot. Up and good, and pounding the bottom of the net is Bodley. And Bodley wants in on that three thing. It's been a few minutes since she hit a three. 11-point largest lead for the Lady for the Apache women. In traffic, Paris Junior College. Short shot, short jumper, no good that time by Ross, but right there with the putback is Wilcox. Wilcox rolled her way from the middle of the paint down to the left side and got the rebound in the bucket. Wilcox now with 8. TJC nursing that 9-point lead, 7:55. Short jump shot again, and I tell you what, Johnson just has the touch. As she hits the short jumper with another bucket, Johnson puts him back to an 11-point advantage, 78-67. TJC, 21 apiece, stolen away. Going the distance, a little runner to the left side, and then pounding up against the standard is going to be Thornton on the breakaway. And Poindexter rolls up to Thornton to make sure and check on her and make sure she is all right. It was not a physical foul, but Thornton figured she was going to get a foul call from behind, so put that ball in her right hand and underhand did a little finger roll off the top of the glass, or off the glass, to try to, at least if the foul was not going to affect the shot, that's how you want to position it. Thornton is up and good with the free throw. So Thornton goes to the free throw line for the third time this afternoon, and foul's going to be called on Poindexter. And she will make them both. Thornton is a perfect 5 for 5 from the line this afternoon, and Thornton now with 13 points. 21 points apiece for Botley and Davis. And TJC is pouring it on here, 80-67, a 13-point advantage with 7:20 to go. Paris rotating it to the right side, back outside the wing to Alston. Alston will dump it off inside post and gets the double team. Great turnaround and good strong move by Wilcox. Wilcox in double figures now with 10 with the turnaround to the left side. TJC coming back the other way. Top of the key, Johnson just playing catch now. Over to Davis, wide open three. Davis will nail another three. Somebody break open the record books and let's check and see how many threes a TJC player has made in a ball game. And asking for a timeout, Brittany Christian wants to figure out a way to reset here midway through this fourth period, and TJC with a commanding 14-point lead. 6:47 to go, 60-second timeout when we come back on 92.1 FM, The Team.
foul on the Pats is number 11, Trinity Davis. That's her third foul. Team first. At the line, number 23, Olivia Conti.
Lane left side for Paris. And she'll miss the shot. She'll draw the foul. Foul's going to be called on Davis. Trinity Davis, who has got 24 points, all from beyond the three-point line. And first minutes for Conti. And she will go 1 for 2 at the free throw line, 83-70. Clock right now at 6:20 to go in this one. Three-point shot attempt on the right side wing in front of her bench. And Thornton will knock down the three, her first tray of the afternoon. And Thornton moves the lead to 86-17. She has 16. Paris coming back the other way. Just passing around, trying to find something cohesive to run here. Down by a bunch. Long left-handed three-point try is no good. But there for the trash basket again is Wilcox. Wilcox has been very, very valuable to them underneath the board. Not only rebounding-wise, but a majority of her 12 points have all come on short jumpers. And travel call on Thornton that time. An immediate outburst of emotion from Kevin Simon, our producer tonight here at the gymnasium. And holding back his disgust for that call was very difficult. Especially the glare that's coming my way right now from just to the right side of me. Thank you to Kevin for being my longtime brother and setting everything up for free. As of right now, 5:28 to go. TJC 86-72 lead. Playing great basketball right now. Off to the left side wing. Three-point shot is short. No good by Souls. And on the rebound, we're going to get a foul call on the floor. And pointing out of bounds, it's going to be called on Botley. So Monica Botley gets called for the foul. 5'4" sophomore out of Silsbee. They play some pretty good basketball in that area, and she is a great product of that coming to TJC, thank goodness. 14-point advantage for the Apache women. Free throw line now into the circle. Pull-up jump shot, 10-footer up, no good. Rebound coming down into the hands of Paris and right down into the arms of Fisher. Fisher will put it right back up, and foul's going to be called. I think that'll be on Campbell. So Aaliyah Campbell gets the foul call. Let's see if that's her second or third personal. Waiting for him to flash it up on the scoreboard here. Well, when you look to the left side of the scoreboard here at Wagstaff, free throws up and good by Fisher. And Fisher, who's averaging 14.5 points a game, right now with 3 on the night. And that free throw is up and good. So Fisher now with 4. 5 minutes to go in this one. TJC with a 12-point advantage, 86-74. And threatening to score 90. Short jump shot down the baseline. Oh, in and out. Boy, ricocheted 3 times around iron and falls out by Campbell. And Paris will push it right now. Up the court to Fisher. Fisher turns around, pops it off into Conti. And Conti will miss the jump shot from the free throw line. It's a 2-on-1 break. And trying the little scoop shot, up and good with the lay-in by Thornton. Thornton this time got the one-hander to go without the foul and without slamming into the backboard or the standard padding. 4:28 to go, 88-74. TJC scored 90 their last ball game, exceeded that, trying again for a second straight game. Rebound, 2-on-1 break. Here comes TJC, little snowbird action. That time it'll go to Botley. Botley with the easy lay-in on the left side. They've had 2-on-1 breaks the last 2 baskets, and they extend the lead to 90-74. And Coach Christian wants a 30-second timeout. And boy, right now, despondency has set in for the Paris Dragon women basketball team. As of right now, is boy, you can just see the way they are moving around and walking to the bench, and they're going to keep it a 30-second timeout. Just one updated score, and the only one update that we have. Coastal Bend is at Angelina. 2 teams right now struggling for wins. Angelina at 4-7 on the season. Coastal Bend at 2-13. But it is a pretty good basketball game there in their own right. Low scoring compared to this one, of course, but a 42-40 lead right now for Coastal Bend just before the fourth period gets cranked up. Next games for these teams and what's going on in Region 14. Kilgore, Trinity Valley coming up on Wednesday. Panola is at Paris. Angelina traveling to Blinn. And TJC will be on the road. Long road trip to Coastal Bend College coming up Wednesday. That is a 5:30 tip-off. And looking down the road here, Paris is back in action on the 17th. They're at Coastal Bend. And TJC will be right here against Angelina a week from today at 2 o'clock. Paris will inbound with 3:50 to go. Down the right baseline and throwing a rocket right into the face of Wilcox. It'll bounce off Wilcox into the hands of TJC. Johnson will bring it up court. Top of the key, way outside the arc to Botley. Botley backing it back out, rotates it over to Davis. Davis bounce pass it inside. And then another walk called, this time on Barnes. And I know it's frustrating, you know, the turnovers that happen. Well, when personally you just do something that obviously seems very elementary in basketball, as we learn to keep that plant foot down, but it happens everywhere except the NBA, of course, and the WNBA. Well, TJC got a turnover and then gave it right back to Paris. Trying to work her way into a shot is Duncan. Duncan works it down inside, and now a little bit of a slinging upward mid-arm action, that time by Wilcox. Wilcox will get a little bit of contact on a TJC player, and that'll call the foul. So the foul on Wilcox, her second personal, will give the ball back to TJC. And TJC right now just going to take their time. Johnson dribbling in mid-trot, though, across half court. Will give and go, will not go that time to Botley. Stolen away by Paris. Coming the other way is Ross. Ross knifes through a couple, dumps it off inside pass to Poindexter. Poindexter will miss the shot, but Ross is right there with the putback. And Ross with, boy, a handful of two-pointers all afternoon long. TJC 90-76 lead right now, 2:45 to go. Rotating top of the key. We'll go. Thornton going to take it herself. Nice little left-hand runner. Drives right around Duncan. Duncan gets a little bit of a shoulder pick by Barnes. And she will get the ball to roll in. And I'm sitting there saying Duncan. It's going to be Bracey with the drive. And shot up and no good. Well, I'm losing my mind on these numbers here on the court. Long three-point shot, short, no good that time by Botley. Shot is up, and the rebound is popped and dropped, and we'll see if they'll give them the bucket. It'll be a two-shot foul. I saw the net moving around. Was that a shot made, Coach? Okay, thank you, bud. So 92-76 is our score. After the bucket and the breakaway by Thornton. Thornton right now with 18. Johnson goes back to the free throw line and makes her free throw. She is 3 for 3 from there this afternoon, 93-76. And TJC, 18 for Thornton, 23 for Botley, 24 for Davis. And just like that, we go to 21 points now for Johnson. It is a 94-76 lead for TJC. Now they're tickling on the century mark. Right side, top of the key, go to Duncan. Duncan going to penetrate, gets a one-hand runner to go. Boy, nice give and go. We'll pass from the middle of the lane to the right side by Anukum, and TJC will bring it across half court with 1:55 to go. Ball handed off to Thornton, right side wing. She's going to penetrate right into double coverage. And she will make a mockery of anybody that wants to guard her right now, as Thornton just takes it right into a double team and scores with 1:38 to go. She's got 20. Well, spin move to the right side and back into the lane or to the left side. Foul's going to be called on Barnes as Ross made another move. Strong move to the inside. Paris, regardless of this score or this team coming in at 8-7, well, they have no problem with movement on offense and people staying in full motion. So Barnes will sit down. And setting at the free throw line is Ross. She'll miss the front end. As Raya Ross, a 61% free throw shooter. She's averaging 3 points a night. She's exceeded that by a bunch. She's got 14 this afternoon from Wagstaff. She makes 1 of 2 free throws. And TJC with the basketball and a minute and a half to go. 96-79, TJC Apache women. Johnson penetrates. Pass across the paint will be errant. Ball is loose on the ground, and now Paris comes up with it. One-on-one break. It's Poindexter against Davis. Davis backs off. Poindexter misses the layup, and it is TJC basketball. And down on the floor, Souls may have turned an ankle. She seems to be putting weight. Maybe it may have been a shot to the face. I think that's what it was. She went down but was reaching out with her right arm, but I think she took a shot to the face on the loose ball. Souls is covering her face at midcourt. Okay, I'm guessing, Coach, we had a collision between two players. As two different Dragons now, I think, collided on that loose ball. Ross was one of them, along with Souls. They're cleaning up the floor right now. And a bit of an injury timeout as they're keeping Souls standing up on the court. So we've got a stoppage in play as of right now. Minute 14 to go and a 96-79 lead. Souls right now, I think, might just be a little disoriented after taking a shot, what looks like, to the forehead. It was Souls and Ross with the collision, and unfortunately they both have to leave the game. They continue to work on Ross. She's fine, but holding a towel to her nose. She is upright, as is Souls, and they're just trying to shake it off. A little bit of a collision. And they are wiping some blood up off the floor, but I'm pretty sure that was just a nose bump onto Souls. So they're cleaning up the floor. We're going to keep it right here, even though it looks like they're going to do a full injury timeout as of right now. We'll be rejoining, or actually joining, the National Football League in the broadcast of the Rams and Carolina Panthers playoff game as they continue to clean up the floor right now after a collision between two Paris Lady Dragons. Clock stopped at a minute 14 to go. They're tied at 48 at Angelina. Coastal Bend and Angelina with 6:05 to go in that basketball game. We have no updates. Blinn at Kilgore and Trinity Valley at Panola. But Wagstaff only a single game today. We'll have a doubleheader here coming up next Saturday. This will be TJC hosting Angelina next Saturday. That'll be the first game coming up at 2 o'clock. And then next Saturday, the men will be back home as TJC will be hosting Lee College. As the men right now have traveled to Angelina. And that's really funny. It shows TJC to be playing at Angelina. So that is the men's game for today. And Coastal Bend at Angelina. So back at live play. Clock rolls from a minute 14. TJC working against full court pressure. Davis will try to bring it across half court. Has to pick up her dribble. They finally get it across midcourt with a minute 2 to go. Handoff to Johnson. And a couple of possessions here, and TJC will wrap this up. Johnson will penetrate in and out on the layup, and it goes all the way around the horn and bounces out. Paris will come back the other way. Anukum will drive the baseline all the way around. They'll spot up for a three-pointer by Young, and Young will pop the three. That's her second three-pointer of the afternoon. Not a lot of celebration going on beyond the arc for the Dragons. 35 ticks on the clock. TJC looking to wrap this one up. Rotating it to Davis. Davis tries for three, and Davis again with another three-pointer. That is her ninth. 25 seconds to go, 99-82. TJC with their biggest point output of the season. Pull-up jump shot is made by Poindexter. And TJC with their final possession, thinking about trying to bust that century mark with 13 to go, even though they've already wrapped this one up by 15, 99-84. And running out the clock is Johnson, top of the key. And now she will just hold it. And that'll be it. It's down to 1, down to 0. TJC Apache women with a 99-84 win over Paris. For our producer, Jace Malone, back at the studio, Kevin Simon here. I'm Kenny Smith saying so long from Wagstaff. We will go now to the NFL as the LA Rams and the Carolina Panthers coming your way next on 92.1 FM, the team already in progress.